two big things happening in the closet today. One is we're having our first ever couple guest.
That's right, yes.
Jordan's been on our podcast before, but today he's joined by his lovely lady, Leah.
Leah's here.
And also, something brand new we've never done before is our guests are actually in the closet today.
We're up in the closet.
They came up in our closet. Normally we take our guests to our basement, which sounds even kind of worse.
Well,
But, we don't just let anybody inside of our closet. But Leah and Jordan joined us in the closet, and we talked about lots of fun stuff. This podcast
all kinds of stuff.
This podcast is one of the longest ones we've done. However, we covered a lot of topics, and we got to cover some relationship talk around minute what?
Around minute 55.
Around minute 55. So if that interests you, you can skip ahead, or you can listen to the whole thing. No big deal. But it was a good time. We're glad we had him. It's going to be a normal, reoccurring event, I think, maybe monthly, because we had a good time. So
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so welcome to In the Closet. I always like to look back at
Are we on?
two passes. I know we need to.
Yeah, we're on.
We are right
we're
now?
on.
Yeah, just because we're doing the intro later.
I know.
We can cut anything out that you want. No, we can't.
We don't cut anything out.
We can. Yeah, we cut stuff out. There's been stuff that literally I've said that she's like, we need to listen to that, and we're gonna have to edit that out because you said this and that. And I'm like, I did.
There's not much
And it
editing,
wasn't that
honestly,
bad.
because it's the whole point of just doing this is to be us.
Yeah.
But there have been some things I'm like, he's like sitting here talking. I'm like,
no.
That's why I can't.
Like,
I
Our
can't
society
I'm
is
too
so
brash.
soft.
I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's not that many people listen to it, but
When they do, and then they tell their grandmother, sister's cousin's brother.
yeah,
Right.
we have somebody out in front of my house.
Especially when you start drinking. Like,
oh, that's when it gets bad.
we're
Yeah.
going live in Jamaica on freaking Facebook, just
It wasn't
Yes,
my
you were.
idea.
going
Wasn't my
nuts.
idea.
Yeah.
Probably on the verge of needing to go to bed.
Really? That's the best, though. But sometimes after I've had like 2 or 3 or 4 glasses of wine at night,
After I've had a bottle or 4.
Sally and
I will do snaps or put something on my
Oh,
story,
I've
and I
had
think it's
her-
hysterical. Like at the time, I'm like, "Oh, this is good," and then I'll get up in the morning and I'm looking at my stuff. I'm like, "Oh, that's not funny. I'm deleting this. Everybody's already seen it." So if you're on my story ever and it's something weird, you just know that Angie
Had a
tipped that
couple.
bottle back a little.
Yeah.
bit
We got in
this
a
time.
fight one night. She had typed this stuff out, and I look over, and we were just talking about it. So I knew that she was probably going to post about it. And then I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm posting this." And I was like, "No, you should not post that. We've been drinking. It's a weekend. We're lit.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
We're lit.
Put
You
the
should
phone down.
not be doing anything with your phone right now." This was like 2 drinks past when you should be even touching your phone. And she got so mad. And she goes, "I know what I'm doing." Blah, blah. And then the next morning we wake up, she goes, "Thank you." I was like, "What?"
Well,
She's like, "Thank you."
last
It's like,
night,
"Oh,
Save
yeah."
me.
Last night I
Yeah,
almost
I
did it again.
Trust me, because I read it and I was like, "No."
Last night did you water that
Take
tree?
it.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Last night I almost did
Strip
it again.
notification.
It's my socks. It's the only thing you're getting.
I have a rule. So if your notifications start going off, you're going to be
We play
stripping.
strip
My phone's on
notification.
silent.
If something interrupts the
take it off.
podcast.
No one likes me.
Anyways,
Anyways.
what I'm trying to say is last night I almost did the same thing because Gary posted about that football player who jacked up, right? And
Kareem Hunt?
yes. And
Listen, we got to talk more about that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's
but this,
killing me.
hold on. So this kid I'm just going to say it's not his name and he doesn't listen, but his name is Spiffy Daddy. And I do not like this said person because of Snap. He put something inappropriate on Snap.
Full
If
frontal.
they follow me, I follow them because I want
High
to see what
school
my
kid.
kids' friends are doing. Right, because I got to be on their radar. Like, I got to see if you're supposed to be hanging out. Well, we are anti-Spiffy Daddy. I took their phones. He got deleted. Well, anyway, he commented on Gary's picture something like that almost was siding with that guy. And I called them down here. I was like, "Is this Spiffy Daddy?" Because it was a different name, but there was a spiff in it. And they were like, "Yeah, I was typing. I was going to call him out, but then I didn't want to embarrass Brooke and Gary."
Yeah, let's
And I
not get
had
into
been-
let's not get into like
So
Like,
I'm not
social
gonna,
media fights with high school
Right.
boys.
But at the time, it was
Yeah.
a great idea. Like I was going to call
Oh,
him
it was
out.
yeah, it was.
You know, but anyway,
So you're for the punishment on this football player, Kareem.
we talked about this last night, and I
I
don't
just
know
want
the
him
whole
to
story.
play for the next few weeks.
For
Then
your
do
fantasy
whatever
football.
you want with him.
Yeah,
I
okay.
traded for him like 3 weeks ago. I'm making a run at the playoffs. This weekend it's do or die because playoffs start next week.
The way that I
And
look
he
at
was my best player.
You got screwed.
I got screwed because he's an idiot.
Call the league commissioner and say, switch back. This is
Well, I
BS.
can't, but I tried because Barkley was the guy I traded.
Oh!
sports.
But I got
sports.
Hunt and Thielen,
All right, well.
the number one
They don't
receiver
know
at the
fantasy
time.
football.
Anyway,
So
back to
And Trubisky.
the issue that's got you so upset. When issues like this come up, we weren't there.
First
You
of
know
all,
what I
did
mean?
we,
Like,
did you
it's
guys
all
see it?
media.
You know
No,
what happened?
exactly.
And they
I watched
spin
the
it,
video.
They're gonna spin it so many different ways, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
Well, here's
who
what,
are we really to give an
do
opinion?
you know the whole
It
story?
happened.
That's what I was gonna
It
say.
happened
I-
in February.
19-year-old girls in their room, right?
Hotel room.
And once they figured out that Hunt and his buddy figured out that they were 19, they told them to leave. Well, it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, and these girls like threw a freaking fit.
Right.
Well, it's a white girl.
Right.
Kareem Hunt's black.
Right.
She called him the N-word,
Oh yeah.
and then the shit hit the fan.
Right.
He didn't actually push her. He pushed some body.
We watched it.
It fell into her, but he did kick her.
It's
Really weak kick. He needs
I-
some
Yeah,
more
it was,
Thai
it
training.
was like a
I know.
weak
Needs to-
kick.
I'd have to watch
was
the
like,
video
come on,
back
man.
again, but
Yeah.
he seemed very aggressive towards her. But like I said, I don't know the whole story, but I thought I saw him put his hands on her though, didn't he?
I think it's like
I didn't
He
see
got
it.
through and got her. I don't think he punched her or anything.
No, he kind
I'd
of
have
gave
to
her.
watch
He
it
gave
again.
her.
He
did
gave
give
her a
push.
punch, and the push. But you're talking. That's what. That's my thing is. I don't care what anybody calls you. If you're a millionaire NFL player
Yeah,
and
you
you're
shouldn't be doing
you
that.
got like 3% body fat, you're 200 pounds, you're a beast.
Yeah.
Like
You don't get
and that was probably
physical.
not even 50% shove out of him
No.
to throw
Could've
people back.
Well, you
Right.
definitely could.
If he wanted to get through the guy holding him back,
He would.
I mean, he runs. You see him on the field, like
But-
280-pound dudes hit him and bounce off of him.
What I was
He's a
reading earlier
beast.
though is like they're comparing this to the Ray Rice thing where he knocked that girl
Oh,
out.
it's
and
not.
thing. It's not even
No.
close.
Ray
I don't
Rice.
know either of those
Ray Rice
stories,
went.
Ray Rice like knocked a girl out.
He
in
went
an
Mike
elevator.
Tyson
Like,
on her.
and the video. showed
Oh
it.
yeah,
that
that's
was
bad.
Bad.
It was his wife,
and
right?
it ended his career.
Yeah,
like,
I
literally.
think so.
It was his
Wife
wife
or
guy-
because they
mom?
came back together. Like she's still with him. Like they came back.
think so.
Everything's fine.
But I think this guy was trying to get this person away from him for a long period of time, and it like escalated into that. And there's a lot of people on Twitter and whatnot talking about, oh, she called him the N-word. She's a white person, and
Yeah,
she said
but it
that to
doesn't
him.
matter. You
I know it
still
doesn't matter,
don't
but
do
we're not
that.
black, so we don't know how it
No,
like, feels.
I
you
know,
what
but
I
I
mean?
know
Like,
that
Understand that, but
if
he
somebody-
should have practices in place.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
He's an
understand-
idiot.
He's also
Nothing good
22
happens
years
after
old.
midnight.
Yeah, but also, how is the 19-year-old? Yeah, how did she get in there in the first place?
Who knows?
That's my point.
Fake
As
ID
in,
and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's-
well,
If it's
Well,
a hotel
no,
room.
he
Hotel
picked
room.
him up. He picked him up, and they're
Oh.
partying probably.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
probably doing all kinds of fun stuff. And then he found out
that
she's
has her
younger,
age, yeah.
and he kicked her out. Well, that's the whole problem right there. If there was no fight ever, and I'm head of the organization or coach, I'm like, what are you doing?
hanging out with 19-year-olds. You're a
You're-
professional athlete.
What are you doing hanging out with girl? Like, I know you want to party and have a good time, whatever. It's February, season's over. But have people around. Like, if I'm a millionaire football player, I'm going to have, like, guys that deal with that for me. I'm going to be like, look, I'm paying for all you guys. Like, your life
Right.
is because of me. So get rid of these 19-year-olds. I'm going to the bathroom. Let me know when the 19-year-olds are gone.
Bring me
Call
a,
me when the 21
And
year
when,
olds
Bring
are
me-
here.
bring
when
me
the,
a MILF.
when the older ladies that are
Where's
more...
my cougar?
Well, he's 22. He's like 2 years out
He
of
probably
college.
likes
Oh.
that.
He's like 23, 24.
Well, and-
Usually
so,
23, 24-year-olds.
And they're not bright. I mean, they think they own the world.
Yeah.
That's what, if you listen to, like, I listen to Claret. You remember Claret? Maurice Claret?
Yeah.
He's like, he blew his whole career. He was a monster.
He's a Broncos player for a little while.
How'd he blow his career?
He wanted to go in the NFL. He won the national title with Ohio State. He was a beast. He was a monster. And he came out of a bad, like, home life and all that. And he took all this money to go to school like they all do.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You
like
get paid to go to Ohio State.
Yeah, like everybody does in big programs. You go and you need a car, go down to this dealership.
They'll
Say,
hook you up, we'll pay for it later.
yeah, you tell them who you are, though you'll walk out with the car, whatever, that kind of stuff. But he said, so he feels like a god. He goes there. There's a rule in NFL that you can't be drafted until you've played, 3 years removed from high school. So you have to either play 3 years in college or
Two.
Oh, is it 2?
2 years. Yeah, you
Okay,
gotta get
sorry.
through your sophomore year.
That's right, 2 years. It was NBA at one point was I think 3
Yeah.
years back in the day. Anyway, regardless, he does his first year, and then he's like, "I'm going to beat the system, and I'm going to go in the NFL." Well,
He fights it,
they kept him out, so
so he sits out a year.
he sit out a year, and he said, "I went to LA." He's like, "I was partying, I was living the life, I was like," and so then he gets drafted by the Broncos, and he's crap because he's out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he's better than he is. Well, he thinks he's what he was, and he just can't get back. He can't get back to where he was because even when he went,
shape,
he said when he went to the Broncos.
That's how I feel when I sit on the couch for a couple days.
Yeah.
Think about going to the gym.
Well, he was at the Broncos. He said, I got this second shot. And he said, I was out every night, partying until 4 a.m. and coming to practice. And they were like, you need to get it together.
Smell like booze.
He said they were even telling me, like the coaches and the more mature, the leaders on the team were telling me. And then one day they were just
Straighten
like,
up.
you're cut. Get out of here.
You're done, son.
So he's like, then I went back and was partying again. And it's like
Living that life.
and I think he's got it straight now. But I mean, he literally talked about how he thought that he was invincible. Like no matter what happened, he was going to get that multi-million-dollar deal. And
That's a lot of athletes, man. That's just how it goes sometimes. I think we're born then with sports. You're bored, aren't you?
Oh,
what's really
What do you
topic of
What are you drinking?
what are we talking about? I am drinking my nightly wine in my plastic cup with my koozie and my straw.
What kind of wine is it? Did you
It's-
try a new wine tonight?
Yeah, Jordan and
Look,
Leah.
he's leading it. He's leading you in.
Jordan and Leah brought.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Come on.
It's Fitvine.
Fit
Fine
vine.
wine.
Fitvine
Fit
wine.
Vine. It's good.
Therefore,
That's good.
it's lower. What is it? Lower in everything, so I can drink
Sugar.
double.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
lower in everything except the alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a strong
Alcohol is a
alcohol.
good,
So
good
where?
strong.
Tell me where this comes from.
California. It's a company that had that. Really, their whole marketing thing is alcohol for the athlete in mind. So,
Ooh.
yeah, which is cool, right? Because
I
we're
like
all
them already.
into working out and all that. Yeah. So it's a low sugar wine that we've been kind of following for a little while.
It doesn't
good.
taste any different
It
than like
tastes
another good
Actually,
Pinot.
really
I like it.
good.
Yeah, it's a good wine.
It's actually probably.
He hasn't tried the white yet.
Yeah,
you
we're
wanna
drinking
sip?
the red.
You want a sip of my wine?
very
Here, let me have a sip of
smooth.
your red, even though I'm not a red
trade
girl.
it. We'll
Dear
trade.
Lord, it's the red wine is just smells.
I like the
it's
red.
good.
We're drinking the cab.
Is that what it is?
Cab and
It's
Cab?
a cab. It's a cab. Yeah.
No, you know
That's
that's
right.
not bad.
I
And
love-
you had
I
ice
love
in yours,
Cab.
Jordan, which I respect. Mad respect for the ice
Ice
in the
game.
red wine.
I like it cold.
Honestly, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
If I had ice
No,
in
it's
it,
good.
It's good.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
I like.
and they have a holiday
I've drank.
red.
We get them by the
mix.
case. We'll get them by the case, and we'll buy 12 at a time, and we've often just got all cab,
Yeah.
12 bottles of it.
Right.
That's what
Love
we
Cab.
Like. Yeah,
It's my favorite.
I don't like. Not that I don't dislike white. I just like red.
well, there's
better.
preference.
red.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Most people are like that. I think they prefer one or the other.
Yeah.
I think I told you all this in the gym this morning, which I'm still wearing the same. Everybody else has changed clothes since this morning's gym session, and I'm still in the same
But you were
clothes.
training people.
I know, but you
weren't
think that I
working
could
out.
change clothes. But anyway, I was telling you guys that remember the one night, Jeff, that I said I was going to go and drink the same thing you drank. We're going to drink for drink, and we drank red wine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what happened. What happened?
Oh,
I
I
know I
do.
didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I think I did put
Here we go.
ice in there.
You always put ice in it.
But I don't think I really remember what happened. It's just that I know I went back to white the next night. But anyway. But I do like this Fitvine wine.
So they've got a lot.
Do they sell it in the stores?
Not here.
Not
So-
that I know of here. We
So-
ordered online, and typically what we'll do. So this was the Black Friday sale, 15% off or whatever. Affordability is great. So we bought a case of 12 for like $185. So
Nice.
you're talking right over $10 a bottle for a low sugar, very good wine. We got 4 bottles of Cab. We got 2 of the Pinot. We got a Sauvignon
Blanc.
Blanc.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay,
Prosecco.
a prosecco just for shits and giggles. Like
Right.
we don't.
Prosecco.
I don't. I'll probably
Mimosas.
mix it with orange juice, like you said.
Yeah.
And holiday.
The holiday blend. It's a holiday red blend. So when we started getting it, it was just
It was like
Pinot.
2 or 3.
I think it was the Pinot and the
Cab.
Cab, and that was it. And now they've got like
Yeah.
8 different ones. So
I
it's
like
really
I
cool.
love it.
They're
so
growing.
12 bottles, that would last us 12 days. That's not affordable
6,
for us.
Maybe 6.
It depends.
But you would buy it. You would buy it though. You wouldn't obviously drink it every night. You would open it on.
yeah.
Because
Right.
It's really actually really good. I like it. We might have to look into that.
Yeah,
Because my birthday's coming up. It's almost time to start counting that
Oh,
crap
yeah.
down. When's your birthday?
The 30th
Of
December.
December.
This
When's
month.
yours?
She only
January
gets one
29th.
present per
Okay.
year.
That's not cool.
Yeah, I don't.
It's usually one
You-
big present.
you
Like
do-
we go somewhere awesome.
Oh, well then I would take
That's cool. I like that.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
so
we don't buy gifts very often. We take trips.
Jordan
That's what we
and,
do.
Jordan and Leah, y'all been together how long?
January makes 5 years.
Ooh.
Holy
Uh-oh.
crap! That's like the world record for me.
Me too.
Well, it's time to put a
Oh
ring
my
on
gosh, you guys are young.
How we gonna
Jordan-
take all these cool trips if we do that
it. Same way you're taking them now.
with credit cards?
Yeah, I mean, just having a wife and having a husband doesn't mean
Cubic
your life
zirconium.
ends.
It's like so expensive. We've been going to all of our friends' weddings for the last
See,
4
here's,
years, and
here's
it's like,
the,
Oh.
here's the
wedding's
problem.
expensive.
All you said was put a ring on it, and Jordan immediately took it and said, "Okay, $30,000 for a wedding."
Yeah, that doesn't have to happen.
Oh, that's
I don't
all?
see her as being a $30,000 wedding.
I don't
Well,
see me
well,
being any sort of
I
wedding.
think
We've
that
been over
you're-
this too. Like
I feel
I
like
would,
you're laid back.
me and my brother have the same outlook on it, and it's probably because we both come from poverty that spending money on a party for a bunch of people to celebrate us is kind of silly.
Right.
So let's just elope.
Oh my gosh, she's what are you?
You might want to wrap this up quick,
My
man.
brother says the same thing though, so we both like really agree on it because it's like, okay, rings are cool and it's like, you know, that symbol to show that you're with somebody, but also
This kind of feels like a trap, though.
No, you know what? You know what? I say that. I say
finally
that.
somebody's on my side of
No,
the table
listen.
here.
whatever.
It makes me
Listen,
really nervous when
I
she's
like
like,
flip
it's
the
totally
table.
cool that you, and I'm like, oh,
No,
It's a
okay.
trap.
it's not a
Let me
trap.
try this, see how it turns out.
It's not a trap. I mean, I am not. Oh, you have to be married. Like, it's cool. Like, I mean,
right.
So, okay.
Yeah, why mess up a good thing?
yeah.
We've been planning this podcast for a little while, but all 4 of us, right? So it was going to kind of be the, like, whatever, couples podcast, whatever
Right.
it is. So you guys are married.
Yes.
We're not.
Right.
You guys have a lot of kids. We don't. We have a dog.
Okay, you're better than us.
You guys
I'm
get
not
to
saying
travel.
that.
We don't know.
Yeah, there you go. You see where I'm going there.
Yeah.
That's
No.
rude.
But we also have both had some big career moves lately where we're like a little bit uncertain about
Yeah.
what the future, what's going on in the future.
Right.
So
We're kind of already married. We just don't have the license and rings.
Yes.
yeah,
Which
And
is
it's
just,
we're
A license
financially
ring.
entangled.
Right.
We go
Yeah.
everywhere
We
together.
share
We live
house,
together.
We share
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Here's
that
what
stuff.
We wash each other's clothes.
Yep.
Oh, that's
exactly.
so nice. He
Here's
cooks
what
for
you need.
probably.
She cooks for me too.
Nice.
It's all
here's
I'll
what you
make
need to
coffee most
really
days, though.
experience life
'Cause he's
and to
OCD.
build your character. 1, you need crippling debt.
I got that.
And then 2,
I got that.
crippling.
2, you need children.
No.
And then you'll be like, dude, we would have lived it up back in the day. That's what we say all the time. We were like, we had no kids before when we first got married, and we were like, every night it was like, we got to work tomorrow. Let's get to bed. You know what I mean? Like, not that, I'm going to be so tired if I don't get to bed at this time. And now we're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Once you have kids, you're like, well, not every night.
Yeah.
I'm not like doing whatever.
If I had to
It's
do
like-
over, I would. If I could look, if now in the situation I'm in, if I could look
That's what I'm talking
back,
about.
But the thing is, you don't know until
don't.
you have it. So you
Well, we're
think,
watching all of our other friends and her brother and I mean, all of our friends have kids and are married, but a lot of them.
but the
A
thing
lot
is,
of them are getting married right now, and we're like,
the thing is, it changes you though. It does.
Y'all
It's
even
not
have
like a
jobs?
choice. Even it's not like a choice. It's like a life instinct. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want.
It's a cultural.
Yeah,
that's
and
it. That's it. It's a
But
cultural
it's like
thing.
you change, and it's like I don't want to go out. I don't like when you have little ones. You like have this whole like
Well, we don't even do that too much anymore. It's like special
Yeah.
occasions when we go
Yeah.
out anymore.
yeah.
Like we go to.
I'm a grandma.
She'd
I'll
much
be
rather.
asleep on the
she-
couch here in like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd
Me
much
too.
rather
Same.
just hang out at the house with the
Downstairs.
dog.
Me
And that's
too.
fine.
That's and I've always been that way too. I mean, I like to go out, but I'm not the one who goes out at 10 at night. Like
Right.
everybody's like,
I'm getting
things don't
dressed at
start until
8.
You're
No,
starting
I'm
at
dressed at
7 and going home at
I'm
10.
coming home at
we
10.
got we were jacked when we got in our car at 10 o'clock from the from the
Jason Mraz
concert.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, yes,
It's only 10.
we can go home and chill, like wind down. Like we we thought we were gonna be out till midnight and be like, oh, we're gonna be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it was like
I'm the
great
same
show.
way. Yeah.
Got out of there.
I'm the
Came
same
home,
way.
had some
yeah.
wine.
Yeah, we gotta practice that a little bit more. I mean, when we do go out, like we're out.
That's the way we are. Like
That's our problem.
Exactly. We can't
We're
just
out
go
all
out.
night.
Like a lot of times we'll be like, let's just go to Adelphia and have a couple of drinks. We know some of our friends are out. That never happens.
3:30 in the
way.
morning.
Yeah, that happens.
We're
to us
trying
all
to
the
get
time.
home, and it was like, now we'll just have a drink and let's
Right.
try to get home by
Nothing-
9.
Nothing good comes from that.
No.
You get a high balance at the bar,
Right.
a horrible hangover the next day, then you're worthless the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
And
I
that
mean, I
high
usually have a
balance,
great
you like
time,
don't
though.
care about at the time.
Fun.
And then the next day
Spend a
you see it,
shitload
you're
of
like,
money.
what did I do?
That we don't have.
I know. That's the thing. It's like Jeff will be like, we can't have any more drinks. I'm like, why? He goes, because we've already spent $150.
Yeah.
I'm like, time to go home.
See, that's us recently too. So me personally, I went from UPS corporate 80-hour a week job, benefits, all that good cool stuff, $80,000 a
You were
year stock, all that.
Working for the
And I was
man.
owned.
Right.
And then one day I was like, I quit. We're gonna go do real estate.
Yes.
I did that.
Well, in 2 years, I've got one paycheck from my real estate company. It's been $4,000.
I remember
So how
those
the
days.
hell am I surviving right now? That's crazy, right?
Right.
And then something similar just happened to her, where she's been working her whole life. She gets into real estate, so she starts selling houses.
Right.
Well, it's not like you don't sell a house every week to get your paycheck.
Right.
It comes like
Yeah.
once a month, or
Sure.
a lot of them in a
once every
chunk.
2 months.
Yeah.
And same
It
thing
takes
with
a
me
while.
is like I sell a house every few months, and then I get my money back out of my investment plus a little bit. So yeah, it's a little bit different lifestyle than what most people are living. Like most of our friends that are married and have kids and all that, they have jobs.
Right.
And there's money coming every week or 2
Right.
weeks or every month, however it is. We don't have that.
You can plan. Right.
Yeah, we're like hitting it in chunks.
Right.
And when it happens, you're like,
exactly
okay,
how-
now we got to plan out to like the next 3 or 4
Yep.
months.
Yeah.
And before you do that, you got to take out 40% and put it somewhere for taxes.
So yeah, I shoved mine into an investment.
Trust me.
Investment account.
I made those
When
mistakes.
Jeff and I first got married, right out of college, we got married. He was in real estate.
was in real
I don't know if
estate
y'all
till-
knew that or not.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
So
Until 2009. I mean, that's
we
all I
moved
did.
back here
Commission.
from the Columbus area. I wanted to stay in Columbus because I had a radio job offer. I could have stayed at like the hits radio station. You know what I mean? Like a good radio station. I could have stayed, but we wanted to move back here. He went into real estate. So, and that was scary because, as you just said, it's commission. You never know, and you don't really know until he's like, "Okay, I closed on a house, and I'm supposed to make this much," but you don't get
don't
excited
know.
about it
No.
until
Oh, you never talk about it.
No.
And
You
don't
you
know.
never
We
spend the
went
money.
through the same thing
ever.
recently. She's
Yeah.
she's
Oh, yeah, I
listed
got
a
my-
house, one of our houses, and it was in
No.
contract.
Well, even better was the house that I sold in Cross Lanes, and I was like, all right, got paid. I'm going to act like it's not there. And Jordan's texting me going, holy shit, your paycheck. And I was like, we're going to act like it's not there because it doesn't count
right.
because a quarter of it's for taxes and then the rest of it was
To
straight to,
catch
bills.
up. That's how it was
Right.
for
Catch
me.
Straight
up.
to bills. I was like, straight to the credit cards.
And
Like,
we just had one of our houses, so we flipped a house. My company, she listed it. It's been a struggle to sell it. Odd house, price point, a little tricky. Went into contract recently. The negotiation was going great. So with us partnering in real estate, like I'm going to get paid because we're flipping the house. She's going to get paid because she's the realtor. She gets the commission.
right.
So it's like a win-win for both of us. When one of our houses sells, it's like,
Right.
it's awesome.
Right.
fell
So this was
through.
going great, and it fell through all of a sudden because this
That's the
buyer was
worst.
just like flopped on us because of an inspection came back and it was good. It was a good inspection, but they're from out of state and they
Yeah.
didn't realize like these are common things that you're going to see in a home inspection here in West Virginia.
It's totally
Yeah.
different.
Totally
Yeah.
different, and they just freaked out and gone. And I was
That's the worst. That's what I'm saying.
Happened
That's
to
the
me.
thing about real
Talk
estate.
about
it was like
Talk
soul
about
crushing.
a-
Like we were
I know.
depressed
It's
for
a
3 days.
I
We were
hear
like,
you.
oh my
Business.
god,
Especially
what
right
happened?
before,
You were.
right before Thanksgiving, and then
Yeah, it was bad.
and then I got slapped with all these medical bills with wisdom teeth, and then my new
Vision.
glasses. I was like, all right.
$10
I
a
just
month,
went
yeah.
home and looked at Jordan and just like,
$10 a month.
I was like, can I have a hug?
Aw.
He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm scared.
Aw.
I was like,
Lost my job.
don't be scared. I was like, I'm just scared right now. Just
Yeah.
like, can I please cry?
So we've kind of like
Scary, yeah.
like I don't people may or may not know what us too much. I've been on the podcast before, but we are in real estate and we do some network marketing. She had a job recently that's kind of collapsing. Like the company's collapsing, so they
Right.
let some people go.
Oh no, just me.
Well,
Just me for now.
it'll be more.
Well, it's going down now. If they let you go,
I know,
they're
that's right.
done.
No, it's worthless.
They're done.
So
I'm
we're
not
kind of
buying
trying to
their
figure
stuff.
out how to make income.
No,
But
either.
Right.
luckily for us, we've kind of positioned ourselves to where our housing is not expensive, our cars are not expensive.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You know, our Perry's not listening, so she bought a duplex.
Right.
We bought a duplex. Okay, I didn't have a job for two years, so I couldn't go on the loan, but she could.
Right.
So we decided, let's get a cash flow property. So we bought a duplex. At the time, what did they say your income was? 35. Let's call it $35,000.
Right.
So what's a $35,000 a year salary qualify for? Well, maybe $100,000 loan, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, you can't buy a whole lot with that, but we found a duplex for $150.
It was listed at $165.
Okay.
And we liked it because we were like, okay, there's a renter over here. He's paying $775, I think, at the time.
Oh,
And then we were going to move into this side, and he was going to pay $775, and we would pay the difference. So
Which
we're like,
isn't much.
Which isn't much. So we negotiated back and forth. Then ended up getting it for $154. Now remember, she only qualifies for this amount, but we found a bank that because there's a renter and it's an investment property, they applied what he's paying in rent to her debt to income ratio.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
And
instead of her
because-
qualifying for 110, 120, now she qualified for 160, and we negotiated that property to 154. So then immediately we come in and we up his rent she fought me on it, but I was like, listen, we're going to have to replace this roof in a few years, and if we up his rent by $50, well, in 5
put
years,
that
that'll
away.
put that roof on our roof.
Right,
on our
right,
roof,
yeah.
Right? So he pays $825. Our mortgage is like $1140.
Nice.
We live pretty good for pretty damn cheap. Like you can't even rent a place for that.
No.
No, you can't. That's smart.
That's smart.
So I guess long story short is we don't make a whole lot of money, but we position ourselves well
where
to
everything is covered.
and eventually we will make a lot of money
Yeah, you will.
on our
Right.
real estate is 90% of the
Yeah.
world's millionaires have some sort of hand in real estate. So we're going to be fine there.
Well, and y'all need a little show because, like, you're the realtor and you're the flipper.
I know, we're about to put that to use tomorrow, too.
You all need to like a little show or something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little local show.
Oh, we are putting it to use, actually. So we're part of a group. It's called Fortune Builders. They come to town every 2 or 3 years. When I started flipping, we did a deal. Me and Jacob did a deal that was shit. We should have never been in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't know what we were doing. We bought a house. We had a lender. We flipped it, and then a host of things happened. They tore the road up to replace the water line.
Anyways.
Blah, blah, blah. We lost money on our first deal.
Uh-huh.
Fortune Builders comes to town a couple months later.
And Leah finds it on Facebook because I'm a
Yeah.
scroller and I found it. And I was like, ooh, look at this 2-day
right.
free or like 2-hour free event about flipping and investing in real estate. And Jordan's like, what? And I was like, should I register us? So I did. And then me and him ended up going to it.
Yeah.
And months later, because it took a while for them to come back.
So it leads to, so what happens is there's a 2-day event. They do it for free. And at the end, they're like,
Here's the pitch.
in 1 month,
Oh.
for $1,199, we're going to have a 2-day event. We're going to teach you everything about real
it
estate.
wasn't that much.
And but today, if you buy it today,
Right.
$199, you
Oh,
can bring a
it's-
friend.
Uh-huh.
We're like, say no more. So we signed up for that.
Uh-huh.
All right, so now we're in. Now we go to the 2 or 3-day
Deal,
event.
what is it?
What?
The condo share. What's it called? The
Timeshare?
timeshare stuff
Oh,
where they have you
yeah.
come in
But
and they
this is-
feed you dinner. and
It's
they-
more educational. So they get us. All right, so we pay the
And then
$199.
they amp you up and they sit there and they have this education and they tease you, right? They give you all these
Right.
little bits of information. They're like, so what if you had this house and you had this
Yeah.
much money and you could make this much on it? Like, how great would that be? But if you would only use these systems to make that money. And then at the end they say, you can have these systems
All done for you.
if you purchase our package.
What's the price of the package? Let's just take a guess real quick. What do you think the price
Oh
of the package is?
gosh.
I don't know what I don't know.
Okay,
what
so
we're
you're buying
There's
systems, you're buying
coaches.
1-year education, constant coaching calls with high level real estate investing coaches across the country. You get
Who
to go
have
to
done
boot
it.
camps for free. So all you got to do is get to Atlanta, go to the 5-day boot camp, learn a bunch more shit. It's constant education and systems that they're giving you, and access to a Facebook group that has about 30,000 people in it, and you can find money for deals in. Which I have done.
$24.99.
$24.99, $2,400 a night.
Yeah.
$35,000.
I was gonna say I wasn't even gonna say
They're
that.
making.
And I'm like,
they're making
I'm in here
some
like
money.
eating the bait up. No, I wasn't eating the bait up, but I was like,
I was just sitting there like, okay, I know I don't have that money, but Jordan was over here like,
I'm like writing it up on a thing. I'm like, I've
Just
got these.
call me,
I've
man.
got
I
these.
could have hooked you up.
Yeah.
right?
My dad, that's what he does.
Yeah. Well, I've
That's all
got
he
these
does.
4 credit cards, and that's what they taught us. They were like, here's what you got to do. You take these credit cards out. You invest this amount of money on them. You
Leverage
pay them
your
off.
debt.
Leverage your debt, and then do a flip and make that back and pay it off, and you're good. You're in the clear. I'm like,
That's if everything goes smooth.
we
Right?
just blew it on this flip. We just bought 2 more. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. My contractors suck, and I'm like, screw
Yeah.
it.
Well, that-
$35,000. Here we go. We're in.
You were
So,
perfect. Like
I was-
after your
I'm
experience, you were the guy that
I'm the
was,
guy.
was like,
They
I
were
know
looking
I
for
don't
me.
know what I'm
Picture
doing.
perfect.
They were looking for
Perfect
me.
timing.
So how long ago was this?
This was August 2017. It is now.
never December.
Okay, so it's a
7 years.
year and a
Okay,
half.
so what's the outcome?
Okay, so here's the outcome. The first deal we did by ourselves, we lost money on. We bought 2 places in July, and then joined Fortune Builders in August. We immediately implemented their systems on those 2 houses that we were doing. We made money on those 2. We made about $35,000 collectively on those 2 houses,
Okay.
and it cost me $35,000.
Okay, so now you're
So you
even.
break
Well,
even.
yeah, you can kind of say
Not
it like
really,
that.
'cause you-
Not really.
you
There's some
gotta
other shit
traveling
that's in there.
costs
There's,
and-
yeah, there's all kinds of
Alright,
stuff.
You
but
got
still.
yeah.
Okay, so
You count everything.
then we buy another one in November for $25,000. We sell for $125 recently. We made a good little lick off of that. And then this year, it's been like
It's building.
it's
No.
going. Yeah, it is. We're buying a lot now. Listen, we're not selling a lot. Okay, so we bought Woodbridge.
There's a cycle to it.
We bought Woodbridge on a
Right.
finance, which means that we put no
And
money
that's real
into.
estate in general.
Okay, I found a lender through this company
That's all
who
I
loaned
did
me the
for
money to
my
do the
dad.
renovation.
Learned
So I'm
under
Right.
$0 into this thing. Then we bought one at an auction. Then we bought one. We snowballed one somehow. It was listed for $200,000, and we bought it for $85,000, just because of our negotiation process was really good. Then we bought one off of another investor in the area for $35,000. She's got it listed for $119,000, so we should make $20,000 on that. We're also getting into this rental portfolio deal that is about 28 properties that cash flows $15,000 a month.
Oh wow.
Because I got into this program, I met people
Right.
that were doing deals like this
Right.
that I could draw inspiration from and draw knowledge from.
Right.
So is my $35,000 worth it? It would have took
It's
me a
still-
lot longer to learn all this
Yeah.
stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I-
If you
And
don't
the
have the
people
right
that-
people involved in like
Exactly.
So
the
it-
partners, like if you don't know people, then you're going to have
And
to
here's
struggle
another
and
thing,
make
too,
mistakes
that
to learn.
goes unmentioned at all. So we went to Jamaica recently, right? How did we find out about that? Tab, the absolute best. I said it wrong on the last podcast. That's
Oh.
Terry, Anthony, and Bob, because that's 3 guys that kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay.
But Bob was a Fortune Builders guy. He's a marketing guy for Fortune Builders. He's one of the founding
So
members.
was Terry, wasn't he?
He was in Fortune Builders. Anthony was in Fortune Builders. All these guys were in.
Right.
They started this group where a bunch of real estate people went to an island, Jamaica, an island, and bounced ideas and deals off of each other. So that led to that. And then Terry, who's one of the, led us into CBD. So all
okay.
these things are just like,
Trickled together.
Yeah.
if I didn't pay that $35,000, I would have
Wouldn't-
none of this stuff.
So
It's all networking, no matter how you look at it. It's,
is.
You
It
knew,
is,
You knew
yeah.
someone, or you got involved in a situation that led you to the people that brought you to these opportunities.
Yeah,
it
so
could be fate as well.
and, well, and what's money?
Destiny.
What do you? What's your
Decisions.
definition of money? What's money?
It's a piece of paper that buys you things.
Right. Okay. That's your definition. My definition is that money is your vehicle to get the
It's
things
happiness.
that you want to go. It's happiness. There he is.
Or the devil.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's one of
Or
the
the
two.
root
But
of
we
all
look at it like
sins.
this: it's the vehicle that the world has come accustomed to getting the things that you want. So, what's it going to take for you? How much money does it take for you to get the things that you want?
Right.
And whether it's happiness,
Doesn't
or
matter
whatever.
because everything you get more, you need more. You make more, you spend more.
Well, we're making less now. Me and her together are making less money now than we were when we first met each other, because she had a job and I had a job.
Yeah.
Right, right.
But people talk about pyramid system. You know what
Oh,
corporate
yeah,
America
yeah,
is a
yeah,
pyramid system.
Yeah.
You're always working for somebody
There's
who's
a
making
hierarchy.
way more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So now we do a network marketing company from home. Is it a pyramid system? Yes, somebody above me is getting paid off of my sales. But we're making 50% commission on
That's how my business works.
Exactly. You're in insurance.
Yeah,
so
I
it's the
get,
same
I get,
exact
I
thing.
get a piece of what the carrier gets, and then my producers get a piece.
The world is a pyramid system.
Yeah.
So people always talk about, oh, that's a pyramid system. I'm not into that.
Or they
Okay.
say it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Ponzi
Right.
scam, pyramid
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah, you're not into that.
Some of them are
because you don't like-
crappy and have given a really bad name.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I mean,
and
you
you
can-
know what
you
else
can-
that means
yeah.
is you don't want to hustle to make money because you're worried about some other guy above you making money. But if you go work at UPS or Loop or
Right.
McDonald's,
Right.
somebody else is
Someone
making
above
money
you.
off of your
Yeah,
ass.
sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you talking about right now?
No,
The only difference is I can work from
you
home
gotta
and
be
you gotta
the
go
guy
there.
that's above you. You got to be that guy, and then you.
And how do you do
Right.
that? You take chances. You take
Right.
opportunities that are right there in front of you. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're doing a network marketing with CBD oil. There's other ones. There's
Yeah.
doTERRA. There's all these other things. But you can do them from home.
Right. That's
So
the
you
nice thing.
BPI? Are you still?
We're kind of breaking up, I think.
Okay. So you need
They
something
made me
else.
mad.
They're dying.
So-
They-
Slow death.
They changed. What happened is they
sold.
changed the CEOs,
Oh.
and ever since CEO left,
I think they're
new
posturing
one
to sell. 'Cause
is-
they've
It
cut
might
out-
be.
the new
out
one
everything.
is totally different, and it's not what I signed up for.
What if you got
So-
in with personal trainer, lots of classes, good knowledge of health. There's so many companies out there that you could partner with and make a dime off of a product that they're already selling,
Sure,
that's already
yeah.
marketed, that's already good.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind is On It because I love them.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Mm-hmm.
some I've reached out to them once in the past when I was.
Yeah.
You should, for one, you should go do one of their certs. You should
Right.
go take a kettlebell cert or steel mace or club or
Sure, yeah.
battle rope and meet people from there
Right.
and figure out how you can get in to bring in On It
Right.
stuff, more of their stuff to West Virginia. They'd be open to hearing whatever you got to say.
Yeah.
Because you're in that realm.
Not
You
a
can
bad idea.
yeah. So I'm always looking for things like that. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing right now? What are you doing
Right.
right now? What are you doing right now? Okay,
Right.
how can you add value to
Right.
that by pulling somebody in that's already got a system?
I'm trying to get Jeff to do something like that so we can be a training team. I love the couples training team.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I already have Ace. If he went, and we actually
yeah,
talked
you
about On It because I love.
Let's
that's
go.
what-
Me and- we'll
that was
go.
my interest is on it because I want
Exactly.
something. I like the
So
Why don't we
it's
go to one?
unique and
I
different.
love it.
Yeah.
I've already got a little bit of an in. I've been to two. I've been to the Foundations and I've been
Down in
to,
Austin.
Yeah, I've been to Austin and I went
wanna
to
go
Santa Monica
Austin.
for
Austin
kettlebell.
is freaking awesome.
He said Santa Monica.
I went
though.
to Santa Monica for kettlebell.
That he said Santa Monica.
Everything's on
Screw
fire
Austin.
out there right now.
Yeah, you don't go there.
Well,
Austin
not
is
now.
one of the best cities
I say
anywhere.
Santa
I'd love
Monica.
to go back to Austin.
They say it's the
amazing.
coolest place.
That's where you go get the full On It experience
Yeah.
too, because that's their home. That's their
Home,
headquarters.
yeah.
Their gym down there.
Yeah.
You would shit a brick if you saw this
Yeah.
gym. You'd be like, I want one of those. And I've
Yeah.
always wanted to bring one of those here.
Yeah,
I just
that'd be great.
I don't know where the starting point is.
My huge dream, which I don't obviously have investors or anything like that, but I want to open. I may have told
That's
you this
just
before.
you could find.
I want to open a gym in Charleston, West Virginia. That's like that you do not need to go anywhere else. You want to do.
Stay right here.
You want to do kettlebell stuff? We have a kettlebell room. You want to do kickboxing? Oh, that's down the hallway. You want hot yoga? That's upstairs, third floor. Take a right. It's down the hallway.
Right.
That's them
And
in the
I
Black
want-
Swan.
I
in
want to
the
have.
facility.
You want to tip it. You're a bodybuilder. You're a weightlifter. You're a heavy weightlifter. Okay, that's in the basement. You know,
CrossFit
you do not
section.
need. Yeah, you're a CrossFitter.
Okay.
That's the
You
second
have just
floor.
literally, it's a department store of fitness.
Yes, exactly. And I want to
The
hire
only
the
thing
best
I
of the
worry about
best
that
in
here
Charleston.
is, do you have the number of people to keep that place afloat?
Probably not here.
No.
I never said I needed to stay here, Jordan. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. I want
Yeah.
to live somewhere else. But I do. I want to open a gym like that. Hire the best of the best trainers, yoga instructors, kickboxers, kettlebell instructors. You know, and
I think
and
you
go
could.
for it.
I wasn't turned from here. I think you could do it here.
Yeah, but
I think
don't
you'd
know.
have to start it with a core
Yeah, of
and
course.
build. Like I would
Yeah,
say
you could-
start with what
Yeah.
they started with. Start with foundational
Right.
training and yoga.
Yeah.
Because you're drawing a massive part of it.
Exactly.
And you can always add other things as you grow
And that's
out.
what I'm saying. I would love that. It's just not your typical gym. And then I'm becoming of an age where I'm going to become irrelevant in the training world. So I will run the place and I will hire the younger trainers to do their thing.
You vet people and bring them in.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
There's always kids coming up like wanting to do. That's what they want to do.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of people going to school for it too.
Do you listen to Business and Biceps podcast?
no, but that sounds very interesting.
Shit.
I haven't heard about that one.
Oh shit.
Business and biceps?
Yeah, you need to be on that.
Really?
It's small town guys come together, build massive gym, big undertaking, huge pod, big following, like just
Nice.
yeah, just
Have to check
and it's
that
all
out.
about you need to check it out.
I'll check it out.
I used to listen to it a lot while I was working out when I
Right.
was working for UPS because that was something in my mind that I wanted to do was build a gym, and
Yeah.
it was big inspirational. And they hold nothing back. They tell it how it is. It's a really cool yeah.
Huh.
I'm not
Check
going to
that
go
out.
down that rabbit hole, but
Right. No, but I'll
Yeah,
check
we
that
have
out.
to check that out. That would be good.
But yeah, so an on-it certification for Jeff would be great because I love the couples
And you
like
both.
training. I love that dynamic. And
you should both
do
go
too.
though.
yeah. Oh yeah.
If you go to an On It
Do you
Foundation,
think if he's gonna go do something like that, I'm not gonna tag along and be in the background watching?
you
Of
probably even
course.
negotiate with them and say like, well, "I'm bringing
Can you
two."
Two for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one.
Discount a BOGO.
I do
I
get.
have a coupon.
I mean, if we
it's not
go
for
through
you.
me, I've got like a 10 or 15% discount just because
Sweet.
I've been before.
I am 100% open for that. If I can get Runyon on board.
Yeah, I can
Pick
get on
your
board with that.
destination. The schedule's out already. They
Is it
usually,
really?
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
plan
post it on the
2019 about
site.
6 months ahead of
Dang,
time.
how hard is it to get in? Like
You just gotta pay for your.
Pay it.
my
Pay it and go.
birthday's in January. My birthday's coming up, y'all. If I didn't already say this, once
January. Y'all both of your
We're a month
birthdays.
apart.
a month apart.
30th?
But well, a month and like how many
No,
years?
just a couple years.
Just a couple years. A couple 10,
Like
15,
2.
something like that.
That is something that we're all on the same page with, is having a gym like that.
That
I've
would
always
be-
wanted that.
That would be
If you-
great.
especially if you go down to Austin, they have the cryotherapy chamber.
Ooh.
You know that we
And-
have one in
We
Charleston
do
now?
on
Yeah.
South Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphics. Yeah, we need to. I mean, I want to check that out, but
Yeah, I would.
it is expensive.
It is expensive. It's
$50
crazy.
for 15 minutes.
The girl one of the
What?
girls that works there,
like
she
that.
wants me to come in. She said she would put the
Shalimar.
I just gotta
yeah,
get
she'll put the things on my legs though, and let me feel that. So
She works there?
Shalimar does, yeah,
Cool.
She's cool.
yeah. So I'm gonna check it out maybe, but I don't like being cold.
I don't mind.
It's not really a, like, it zaps you a little while. It's not like it's
A
You
little
go
while,
numb.
3
You go
freaking
numb.
minutes.
You'll
If
be
I'm
alright.
cold for 20 seconds, I'm crying like a baby. Anyway.
You'll be all
Cold
right.
showers. You gotta get those cold showers.
Oh, Jeff used to take
See,
cold showers.
that's
bull
what I'm
crap.
talking about. I still do.
You
I
take cold showers?
ends.
I end my shower with cold water.
That's a good idea.
used to
That's
do-
a
and
really
it's
good
really
idea.
good for your. It's
It's
good
great
for your skin.
It's
yeah.
horrible
Good
for
I
the
don't.
way you
I
feel,
can't.
though.
I can't do my hair because my
No.
hair is so thick. It'll never.
At the time, it's terrible how
It'll
you
never
feel.
warm back up.
Right.
But I get my face and the rest of my body, and they say that the best body parts to get in it are your ligaments. So get your hands and feet.
In the cold? Mm-hmm. I'll just let it blast me in the neck.
That and the belly.
Sends everything.
You guys are insane. If you think I'm getting a cold shower, you all three are nuts.
Cold showers.
I'm getting the hottest shower possible to where my skin is red
She's coming out bloody.
and I'm splotchy.
She's like, "This is great, guys."
I love my hot shower. I'm so swollen.
Y'all need 2019 goals. Make an On It Academy appearance and do Wim Hof training.
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof.
He's a guy that
I don't think I know.
he
don't know Wim
has.
Hof?
We're not
been-
going to join a cult.
He's a
This is
cult.
not a cult.
Okay.
It's an,
Sounds
ice,
like a cult.
it's an ice cult. He's from, where is he from? Germany?
That's
Oh, it's the,
Iceland.
It's the okay. Yeah.
Iceman.
I didn't.
The
know.
Iceman,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
No.
seen some of this
Jordan,
stuff.
I'm on
And
it
he-
with on it, but that ice, I'm not doing it.
Swims in like the coldest freezing rivers.
He just like cuts a
and
hole in the pond and
he
jumps down in the
teaches-
ice.
Yeah.
He teaches
Crazy.
people like how to hike in like shorts and
He's
tank
went up the
tops or
Alps
bras.
with shorts on.
Sounds
it's all
insane.
breathing. It's all
Breathing technique. So when you get into a cold shower, you do this.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You hold your breath, and that makes you
Sure, yeah.
freak out. If you would just you start breathing nice and calm, you jump in, cold won't even affect
I
you.
can't even get into a pool in the middle of August. So I don't know what y'all are talking about.
It's like everything else. It's up here.
I have to convince myself, because
It's
I know
anxiety.
I
It's
tell
just
myself, I'm
mental.
like, my skin's gonna look so
Here's what
good
you need to
after
do.
I do this. Okay.
Get you some
Your
CBD.
skin does look amazing.
Get you some CBD oil. Drop that real quick.
Right.
Okay. Get your anxiety out of the way. Take some deep breaths and just turn the water on just a bit and just jump right in there. Don't even worry about
What I did when I was doing it
Just
is
say
I
water.
would have it.
Not hot,
I would
cold,
have
just
it
water.
lukewarm, and it'd be like the frog in a pot, boiling
Yes.
pot, and I would just slowly turn it down until I was where it was just freezing. But I didn't.
See, I
It's
just
like my body would
I-
slowly adjust to it instead of jumping in freezing cold at first.
when
I
I'm
would be warm.
when I'm done washing and everything, I literally just turn it all the way, and it transitions. It doesn't go from like hot to freezing, or
It slows it
thing
down.
anyways. It just goes, and then all of a sudden it's cold. And I'm like, all right, there it is. There it is.
What you got to do is this: 5.
But I just get my
5
body
hot, 10 cold.
Side,
5 hot.
side,
You just
get the
stand there
back,
with the knob.
my face,
Just take it,
stand there
and
like
it's
this.
fine.
Like
You know what the
intervals.
great thing
Yeah.
is? You know what the great thing is? Because what happens when you
Nothing's that
take
bad
like
for
right
5 seconds.
I'm not going to say it. What's great about it, I haven't done it in a while though, but right now, it's so cold and our bathroom's cold.
Our bathroom sucks.
So you take a hot shower and you don't want to turn it off because you know you're going to be cold. Well, if you take a cold shower,
Ooh, then you're
you
not
turn it
even-
off, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm
That's
so,
so
glad I
great.
shut
That's what
the-
I was gonna ask.
So now it's
like,
warm outside.
Can I heat my back? Can I put this? See this heater? Can I put this in my bathroom, get it real hot, and
No.
then take a cold shower?
No, because that's going to use a ton. Those things eat up the energy.
The purpose is to
And it costs
stay
a lot.
cold because then your body, Jordan, you know the terminology. Your body goes into like fat burning mode. So
Yeah,
the
it
more,
shivers.
like the colder
Yeah.
you are, your body starts to react.
Your
try to
body
warm
But I
it
should
up.
be
immediately
freaking
starts like
ripped
shaking
because
like this.
I'm always cold.
What about
Start-
shrinkage though?
That's
what I worry
Jordan's
about.
business
Makes it
partner,
stronger
Jacob,
when you
he's
come
ripped
out.
'cause he'd be freezing in here right now.
Like I'm literally always cold. In the gym the other day, I had my sweatshirt. I was sitting on my step where I sit, and I had my sweatshirt over my knees, and everybody's laughing at me. It is so cold in there. I am always cold.
You know
You have
why?
problems.
Because you're
take
thinking
cold
about
showers?
it.
No, because I'm cold is why.
Don't try.
Listen, this is the UPS coming out at me, all right? So I did this shit for 3 years.
Oh, that's
And in
miserable.
the wintertime,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, this is the fucking worst. And I'm not the guy carrying the packages. I'm sitting there, and I'm the supervisor. I sit there like this and make sure this dipshit's doing everything safely.
Right?
So I'm like, I got nothing to do except for think about being
sorry.
cold. So
Yeah.
you know what I used to do? I'm at my parents' house, and what I used to do is just put shorts on and a toboggan with some gloves, and I just walk outside, snow, walk through the yard. My mom's like, "You're gonna get pneumonia." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
No, that's
Right.
not why you get pneumonia.
Right,
You get
exactly.
pneumonia because your immune system sucks and you're
Right.
weak.
Right.
So you just gotta put yourself into shitty situations, and eventually you get used to it. Just like with everything else. If cold's your thing,
It
if
is.
then get your bikini on and walk outside for 5 minutes.
Yeah, do it.
You all are nuts.
It's not really
I'm
that
just
cold
gonna
right now,
turn
though.
the
It's not
fuck-
that cold
no,
right
it's not
now.
that cold right now.
So you'd be all right.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
not.
true.
Do it
though.
next week.
That is true. You train your mind. You can train
It's
your
all
mind.
consistency.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we can do this together.
Jeff, I have to have my blanket.
I will stand right at the door while you go out there in the cold
No.
in your bikini.
I will be on
and
the
I'll even
couch.
take
He will be
pictures.
cheering you on.
I will be on the couch under my
Be
blanket.
like, since
with
you're
a
going out,
fire.
can you take
You
the
know,
dog out?
you do this squats and stuff challenge every. So what's
Right.
up? I'm doing the cold challenge. You in?
And
or
I
what?
I just talked all week about getting out of your comfort zone, didn't I?
True.
Now you're live. I mean, what's
Shoot.
up?
So now what do I do? I
Well,
don't know.
the best time to
Take
do
a cold
it.
shower.
I will tell you this: the best time to do it's in the winter. You don't even have to do cold showers.
Well, obviously because it's freaking freezing.
Well, yeah, but just put like very light clothes on and go outside. You can just go on a hike. Like we'll go take winter
Walk down the
hikes.
street.
I don't know, Jordan. you have crazy ideas. I do like the go to On It in Austin or Santa Monica. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Santa Monica?
warm places.
I do.
Let's
I do
go
like
to
that.
let's go on it New Haven in December up in freaking Connecticut.
Nope.
Nah,
I
I'm
think
good. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm booked.
think I'm
I'd like to go to
busy.
Austin or Santa Monica or wherever else they've got.
I did go to Santa Monica in
Denver.
January. And I was out there with a tank top. Like, yes,
Yes.
this is awesome.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which place is the shortest plane ride? Because I have plane anxiety.
You're going to have to just get over that.
You need some CBD.
Shut your face! I don't. Why is somebody barking worse at me?
You're going to be cold. You're going to fly as far as we need to freaking fly. We're going to strap ice packs to you.
We're gonna put you in an ice machine to go to Japan.
I should go to Japan.
You're going to be blue, and you're going to freaking love it.
That's what I'm gonna say to you. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess so.
No,
All right.
2019 should be the year that you take something on that
You don't want to do.
you don't want to do it.
I like it. I
That's
do
what we're
like
always
that.
talking
I'm
about
taking
is
2019
challenges.
on being an
What do you do?
entrepreneur.
Okay. What are you doing that you don't like then, Jordan?
Shit, I don't know. I do everything, so there's nothing I don't really like anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
Getting
over
in
all
the
that.
gym. Getting in the gym.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
I like getting in the gym. I
But
like
I've
getting
not
in the
seen
gym.
you there in a hot. Well, I did see you this morning.
Now, when I go, though, this is what
Yeah.
I was explaining to her.
Yeah.
When I go, though, it's time.
I'll
Yeah.
work
There's no
out.
cell phone.
Right. That's
Like, there's no, we're not goofing around.
Right.
Like, we're going in there, we're going to war, we'll do it. But I'm fucking busy the rest of the
Yeah.
week. Like, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you
Like,
mean.
we can go tomorrow.
Well,
have a lot.
Jordan asked me to share something with him recently that is probably in my phone still. But instead of saying like I don't have time, say I'm not prioritizing that, or I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
I don't want to
I've heard
prioritize
that.
that. I don't want to make time.
It's not
for
a
that.
priority.
not
Because
priority.
because
It's not a
really,
priority,
I mean,
sorry.
there's
I mean,
there's
you
how
know,
many hours in a day. And if you can't make, or if you don't want to make 30 minutes to work out because you didn't want to wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. to get that in real quick, technically you could still do it. But,
It's not a
Yeah.
priority to you.
And
correct.
if it's
It's
not a
not.
priority, then it's not. And if you admit it, and then that's
Right.
what it is. What it is.
Honest.
Now, I will say that there's some little things going on in my life that I'm like, I should get up and work out. Like, I'll
Yeah.
sleep until 9
Yeah.
o'clock. And I'm like, and I'll tell you what it is. It's like, I'm not feeling great about my business right now, so I
Right.
don't want to get up and deal with the shit.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
then when I
stressful,
get up,
so-
I'm like, all right, I got to just fucking get to work. And then
Yeah.
by the end of the day, I'm like zonked.
See,
and I'm like,
and
we're not going to the gym.
We
Sorry.
That
honestly,
makes sense.
we hit opposite wavelengths because the times that I'm ready and willing to like wake up and get stuff done and be motivated or like do productive things like read or stretch or work out or whatever, Jordan's not interested.
I'm like, nah, I'm good.
And then there's times that he's on it and he's up reading and he's doing this and that in the morning and doing his routines and I'm not.
Yeah.
And it's always, we're never on the exact same page, and if we are, it's literally like one day every 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get better at that, then
Because I'm
it'll
like,
be
Jordan,
good.
if you work out, like, think how much better you, and that's why I like to work out, is because it's my stress reliever. Like,
Right.
that's my,
Yeah.
Jordan's always like, what's your goal? I'm like, I just like, it feels good for me. Mentally and emotionally, I feel good when
Right.
even if I
I
go
do
in and
too.
move for 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm not jacked. I don't have six pack. I don't have, like,
But
true
you-
definition.
But you feel good.
But I feel good. And that's the difference between our goals and fitness, because Jordan can eat healthy for 6 months and be as ripped or jacked as he wants to be, and he's content because he doesn't need to work out to feel mentally good like I do.
Right.
That's my thing.
different.
I will eat if I'm not working out. Best believe I'm eating.
You're eating on
I'm
point.
eating right.
Until he's
And that's the thing.
frustrated or stressed out enough to where he's like, all right, screw
All right,
it,
let's go get
Yeah.
a pizza and some
Yeah,
beers.
well,
And then I'm
yeah.
like, all right, now tomorrow I'm going to go fucking get in the gym and
Right.
work it off.
And then I'm
Right.
like, no, I want pizza too.
I saw you on the gym
Yeah,
twice
exactly.
though this week. Once was on Insta story or something.
It was
we were
last
in there.
Sunday.
Yeah, we
Last
were in
Sunday.
there.
And then
Nobody else
today.
was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's today?
It
Saturday.
gives me
so it's like
energy
6 to 8.
and it
I mean,
Yeah.
relieves stress.
Still.
I've
That's
heard
my-
this though.
that's my
This is
reason.
something that Mark Sisson. I've listened to him say this. You don't have to go to the gym every day, but
No, you
when
don't.
you go, do something that is really gonna.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
Yeah,
have to
do
go.
something that sucks. That's why you go to the freaking gym.
Yeah.
People don't
And,
get
and
that.
I don't
It's
have to
not
go to the gym.
fun.
I can.
We
If
have
I'm in the
enough-
office,
Yeah.
I've got kettlebells. I've got a bar. I've got a bar hanging up where I can do
Pull-up bar.
pull-ups.
Yeah.
I can get down and do push-ups. And I can run through a quick for
Oh,
5
circuit.
minutes and then get back to
You're
work.
done,
And
yeah.
I'm cool.
If you're like me though, you
No problem.
can. I have that. I could have that stuff, but I'm not going to do it unless I go somewhere remotely.
See,
That's true.
Like at the
Yeah, and
house,
I've
like
gotten
down
out
in
of it a
my
little bit.
basement, I have all that stuff. But it's like
Yeah.
I get home and I'm like shut
He's
off
been
to
like
it.
that lately, not going to the gym as much. And he's like, I'm just going to do a home workout tonight. I'm just going to do a home workout tonight. I'm not going to make it tonight. I'm just going to do a home workout. How many home workouts have you done?
What are we counting as a home workout?
Going downstairs,
we
hitting
did
the
that
bag.
thing a few nights ago.
Oh my gosh. Going downstairs,
The
hitting
heart
the
rate
bag,
got up.
lifting weights, something. You haven't.
I was doing the bag a little bit, which is nice.
You were. I'm talking about the past
Listen.
week or two. I answered the question. Have you? How
Listen.
many home workouts have you done?
None.
Okay.
Me and you both, brother.
I'm like you. I've taken on a new role at my job, at my work. I've got a promotion. I've gotten added responsibilities.
Congratulations.
It's good. It's amazing.
Ebbs
It's
and
awesome.
flows, people. Ebbs
It's
and
awesome,
flows.
but it's taking all my attention, and it's taking.
you wanna
A lot of stuff
perform.
is popping up that I didn't. So it's changing my
she said.
routine
Um,
during the day, which I'm still like thinking, okay, I can do what I need to do, but it's like you get in. Like I had my routine down, and then this got thrown in, and now it's screwed up my routine. So now I got to fix my routine.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he said the other night, he said, okay, so I'm going to start working out in the mornings. And I was like, you're going to go in the morning? He was like, yeah, I'll go because I dropped Nate off school. I'll have plenty of time.
I'll
gets
go in the
up-
mornings.
No, I
You
said,
never
no,
start on a
yes, I
Tuesday.
did.
You
I
start
said-
on a Monday.
Oh, that's
Monday
bull
is
crap.
coming
That's
up.
bull crap. No, so he gets up the next morning. I'm thinking he's going to go to the gym. He comes out of the closet here in his business clothes. And I'm like, not gymming today? He goes, what? I was like, you said you were starting mornings. He was like, I forgot I'm already dressed.
I'm not getting undressed now. Sorry, sucker.
It is the routine though.
Yeah.
I
it
will
is.
start a new routine, and I'll have to start doing that.
So you're starting
Sunday.
Monday.
So I want to ask you guys something too, because
Yes.
y'all have been married for a little while. We like constantly are at each other's throats about certain shit.
Well, I think like the thing you said about not being on the same page. I think you need to encourage each other to be.
On the same page.
No,
Not
No?
that. I don't know if it's that.
you need to encourage each other to be like your own person and like, okay, because if you start like
Comparing
Nagging.
each other to each other.
putting each other,
Yeah.
trying to put each other in the same space. I don't know how to say it, but like thinking we should be on the same page, or he or she should be like.
We've had this conversation.
Then
recently.
you're going to
Recently.
create some. I think that's a problem with relationships.
But I want to hear it from them because they've been
Yeah,
through this for a
sure.
long time.
You know what I mean? I think we had that. I mean, everybody goes through ebb and flows of relationships, and it's like you fight through it, and you have reasons to give up or to be upset. But I think if there's any type of control over the other person, and it can be just a slight thing where it should be this way, you can't compare yourself to other relationships or what your experience or your, you know what I mean? Your example of relationships been.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got to let it be what it is for you all.
Right.
And if she's got a different kind of, and I don't know what your opinion is. I just know we connect. There's chemistry. That's the most important thing. And she eats good all the time.
You don't.
I don't. I go through different things. And and she probably thinks I should eat better a lot of the time. But
Most of the time.
She's got a box of Cheerios at the gym, so I don't want to hear
yeah,
that
I
shit.
mean,
That was cheat day, Jordan.
but I mean, we have different convictions.
Yeah, we
sometimes,
do.
and we have different
And
goals.
we have to
and she
realize
has a
that,
different
like-
profession,
Yeah.
and her accountability to herself is a lot stronger than what mine is. And like you said, I go through these times where I give myself a challenge. It's like, all right, it's time to like kick it in gear and eat right and get on a regimen. And I mean, I don't know. I just think you need to.
Find
Yeah,
a happy
to be.
medium.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're at each other's throat about.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well,
and if
okay,
it's
on the
about
way over
like
here-
I like
we're
to be,
supposed to be going to church, and you're never getting up, and or we need to be,
I like to be on Jordan's throat of working out.
Yeah.
Because, and I'll
loves
tell
it.
you why.
She loves
Because
to get on me about that, and I'm like,
our relationship started off on a couple things, and being in the gym together was one of them. That was
your thing.
that was how we spent time together, and it wasn't even like we're gonna work out together and like squat and talk. It was like, no, hey Leah, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to go to the gym? Sure.
Right.
All right, I'll pick you up, or I'll meet you there, or we'll see you, whatever. And then like here we are 5 years later, and I'm like, are you ever gonna go to the gym? Like
Yeah.
that was part of my my home,
Right.
My
Yeah,
comfort.
yeah.
Like my man wanted to go work out, and he, I appreciated it because my man looked good, and
Right.
I'm like, okay. And now I'm like,
yeah, I don't want to go.
you want to go to the gym, please?
I'm like,
Yeah.
so yeah, we disagree on that a lot. I went today.
Yeah, you did.
I think that's a. You know what though? I think that's the. I was talking to somebody about this. Like in life, all of our issues seem to be, and it was at work, and it was someone that was upset. One of my age, and I do a lot of consulting for agencies and the principals on how to grow their business and systems and implementations and dealing with employees. And I think a lot of our problems in life in all areas comes from expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, when
'Cause
we go to the
that's-
gym now, I'm gonna
You
say
have
this too real quick
expectations.
about the gym thing. So when we go to the gym anymore, I gotta watch Leah be on her phone and like, there's not really a goal
He doesn't.
set
He
there.
doesn't
like,
have to.
like no, but I
But
see it. And I'm like,
he expects me to work out the way that he does, and that's
Ah.
not. See, and
Yeah.
here we go again. It
Yeah,
just
I
like keeps
expect-
going because I don't work
do.
out the way that he does.
Yeah.
And
we're
right
out like
now,
an animal.
and right
I'm like,
now,
let's go in here.
being an entrepreneur, if someone calls me because they have a contract, yeah, I'm dropping the weights.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
breaking up
Right,
that
I'm
phone.
an entrepreneur too, but guess
And
what? My phone stays on the
Jordan's
rack.
not-
I'm
yeah.
like, no. If
Right,
we're,
and
if we're
that's-
here, we're
but those
here.
are
I'm
two
not.
different
it's
personalities,
two
and it's the
different
same as her
things. Right.
personality. Which she's that way,
Yeah.
like you are, and she's
No, I'm not when it comes to working out. I have my phone with me all the time.
no,
for
no, no, no,
three
no.
reasons.
I'm saying the way your attitude is.
Oh.
And then I might be in there just like skipping some things, and you're like, "What's wrong with you?" Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that way with
And
the phone, but I
I'm talking
know
about
what you're saying.
the way
like,
you
No, but I want a
Talking,
goal too. Like I want to see.
distraction.
What are you doing? What are you working on today? You just
Yeah.
walking around
See,
playing on your
but
phone?
that's
or
that's your expectation problem, because
Right.
why are you setting expectations for me? And also, why am I setting expectations for you?
But
Because
I
we
think-
have the best interest
well,
for each
well,
other.
probably because I go so few times that I'm like, if I'm going,
Right.
we're going, and
Right.
if we're going, then I'm expecting you to go too. I don't want to see you
Yeah, you're
playing around on
expecting her
Facebook
to.
while we're
Mm-hmm.
freaking
But
working out.
if she wants to do a set and check Facebook while she's resting, that should be fine. If you want to put your phone down and work out like a freaking animal,
I hate that
That's
Facebook
fine,
and the
too.
gym thing. Though.
But
Like,
there's
you
an-
gotta
there's-
you gotta like focus on.
I
what
think
you're
something
doing. To be really good at
it
something.
might
You gotta
amplify.
focus.
It might amplify his frustration that he doesn't really want to go, and then you really want him to. So now he's going.
And you're
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
this
Facebook in there,
underlying
I'm like,
thing, like you wanted me to go, and you know this annoys me,
Yeah.
and you're doing it anyway.
yeah.
And
here.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right, right.
What I'm saying is there's like this compiling effect of like
Yeah, if I want to go.
two people wanting each other to be a
Right, but
certain
neither
way.
of them are wrong.
That's
Right.
what I'm
You
No,
know
saying.
what I'm saying?
not.
You're not
Neither of you are
wrong, but it
Because at the end of
builds
the day,
when
you're
you
both
start.
at the gym and you're both doing your thing, and she's
And
leaving
then you-
feeling good, and
yeah.
you're leaving feeling good. So what the freak does it matter?
Well, we're not feeling good when I look at her and say, "Get the hell off Facebook."
Because then
What
he
the
pisses me off, because I'm like, get the hell out of my face. I'm doing
Yeah, it
my
makes
own
her
thing.
mad.
And he's over here. He'll come over here and like slap my phone
Oh,
out of
I've
my
done-
hand. I'm like, who are you? I forgot that you paid
annoys
my
me.
phone bill.
It's so annoying.
If
I'm like,
if Jeff came and did that to me, you best bet your ass I'll be on my phone.
The rest of the time.
Yeah,
I
I
will go
don't.
and I'll sit on the. I'll
Yeah.
I'll go like this. I'll have my
that's
phone in
happened
one
one
hand.
time.
I'll have my phone in one hand and I'll curl, and then I'll switch and I'll have my phone and I'll curl.
I think it's
to
just a
piss him
giant
off.
pet peeve for me in general because
It doesn't
not
matter
just
if it's
her,
me. Yeah,
but like
anybody.
I've watched people. I'm using something like we'll do super triple sets,
Right.
and somebody who's just walking in is just like lollygagging on their phone, and
Yeah.
they just like
Can't
plop
wait
a
to be
squat
in
on
the
my
gym
bench
again.
and just start using my shit, and I'm like,
You didn't pay attention to
"Are
what
you
I was
fucking
doing.
kidding me? I'm gonna drop a 50 on your face
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now." Like,
I
what,
know what you
like
mean.
I'm
Cannot wait till we're in the gym together again.
We'll wait for that day to happen.
Right.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, me and this guy, we're never gonna see
6
each other.
months.
Yeah. That'll be a minute. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but even just like in general, not just the gym, there are things that we both set expectations for each other on that we don't meet, because it's not like, all right, Jordan expects me to do it this way, so I'm going to, and that's my goal. Like, okay, fitness is a great example because my fitness goals are completely different from his, and he expects me to
Yeah.
do it his way, and it's like, no, I'm not on your page. But
Right.
like cooking, driving, finances, Jesus.
Yeah.
I
See,
don't
and that-
do
you-
I
you-
don't
you
do
said-
them to Jordan's expectations, and I have to hear about it. And that's like the biggest clash of our relationship, because I'm not allowed to make coffee in the house.
Yeah.
No, you do.
I start. I will start, and I'll be up early, and I got the dog out. I got her nutrients. I got this rolling. I read my chapters, and I'm over here like, yeah. And then Jordan's going, "Why'd you pour that much water in the coffee? You didn't stir it. Why did we stir it?" And I'm like,
That's too far.
I can't do
God.
laundry.
That's
It
too
sucks,
far.
but I can.
That's too far.
I can't do his laundry.
I'm kidding. I've
No,
never done
you
laundry.
cannot do laundry.
I don't want to do laundry. But the coffee, I want to be able to make the coffee.
But there's different expectations
Okay,
that
no,
people
but
set.
can I defend
Well,
myself? a little bit
finances
here?
destroy relationships. You
They
know this,
do.
right?
Yeah.
So,
like one
but
of the
that's why we
top
have to talk
things.
about them. Like that's why I have.
That's
to
my
talk about 'em.
uncomfortable, my other uncomfortable 2019.
Coffee though is
Yeah.
something that when I had a coffee business. Okay, so I perfected like how to use French press, how to do certain things with coffee. And I've taught her this like
He tried to build
18
a
times probably, but
small
she just like
machine.
still keeps
He
fucking
didn't
it up.
Right.
So I'm like, get away from the coffee like a woman.
He wasn't a professional barista.
Oh yeah,
Let's not
I want to
get
see
that-
your
But I can
license.
train a barista to be a professional.
Right.
Like,
Oh, that's a sock.
Yep, take
Take a
something
sock.
off. You gotta take your clothes off.
that's my evening
9:45.
supplement. So I do stay a little bit on my health there. A little bit.
But coffee's your thing.
Coffee's my thing.
Okay.
And she will consistently screw it up.
Yeah.
So a lot of times she'll
I
just
don't
like
even notice it. I just
she'll-
still drink it, and I'm like,
I
all right,
know
life
she
is
doesn't notice
good.
it, but I've
Hey.
got this like fine
alive.
You
perfect
should get
taste
your
for
own
coffee.
coffee station.
Yeah,
I
get your own coffee
should.
station.
But we don't
Just
have a big
make
enough
your
kitchen.
own coffee station.
So there's a time that you leave the coffee under hot because the flavors come out. This girl, I'll come downstairs, coffee will be made, press will be down, the metal will be in the thing, and I'm like, that's gonna taste like shit.
There are
and I pour it, and
super-
it's like very like acidic, and I'm like,
4 minutes.
Blech.
You have to press it down real. You got to pour.
Slow.
You gotta put the beans in, and then you got to get the water hot. Don't let it boil.
not
And
too
then you
much.
got to pour it, but don't pour it all the way in. Just a little
a
bit.
third.
And then it has to be this rainbow
30
shiny
seconds.
beans. And then
Stir.
you stir it.
And
And
you
then you
pour
have to
more
get
water.
the rest of the water.
You guys
the
can
water
get a
in
coffee,
there,
a Mr. Coffee at Walmart.
This is the perfect coffee. Okay, I'm
And
telling you.
then you put it in, and then you have to press it, but you can't press it. You gotta.
Slow
press
it
it.
down,
Yeah.
nice and smooth.
I have one.
Well, I hope
There's a
sex isn't
technique
like this for
for
you
coffee.
guys.
I have one question though.
Yes.
If you're that, I don't want to use the word.
Anal?
OCD?
I was going to say anal. Thank you, Runyon.
Anal.
OCD too.
Why don't you just let him do it?
I
Because
don't know.
sometimes he doesn't wake up early, and I still want coffee.
Then you get a Keurig.
make your own
Can you
thing.
make a Keurig?
Can you do your own coffee
Get
thing?
a Keurig. I mean, I'm just saying.
I could make my own coffee,
do
but
your own
then
coffee and not, like,
but then it
include
turns
me in it?
into.
I'm gonna
like,
get you a Keurig and save your. Well, you're not married. I'm gonna
Leah, you've
save
never
your-
just made coffee for yourself and not me, so just don't.
Yes,
don't.
I have. Whenever we didn't live together.
It's something
Okay, well, yeah.
that I think that you should.
That's
just
sweet that she
do
makes
on your own.
coffee for you. She
I
even thinks
you.
about
I'd
it.
make coffee 5 out of the 7 days. Of the
Or the
week
times
for
that I
us.
vacuum the house, or the
amazing.
times that I wash the sheets, or the times that I,
But
you
if,
know,
but if
That's
the
like your thing.
coffee's his thing, let him
Let
do
him
his
let him do the
thing.
damn coffee.
then get up.
Oh well, okay.
Now, wait a minute.
there's
It's not
that.
like I'm not waking up at noon here. Okay, hold up. Time out. I'm waking up like 30 minutes later than her.
Yeah.
There are times that I've woke up and got ready and did my thing and then left before you got out of bed.
I would just make.
And
separate
days like
coffee.
that,
Yeah, twice.
and days like that,
You need coffee.
I need coffee.
I would
Today,
just,
yesterday, she was doing coffee. It was like 30 minutes later. I came down like, oh, fuck.
No, it's about almost an hour.
because it's not important to her to get it perfected like it is.
It's
to
just
you.
like get it in the
Right.
cup
You're
and let's
not going
go.
to change him. You're not going to probably change her. So either
He's gonna try.
you're going to have to
gonna keep
figure
trying.
out a way that you just make your coffee and then let him do.
We
his
talk
thing.
about this all the time. Good, better, best. There's a good way to
No.
do it. There's a better way to do it. And then there's like a fucking awesome way to do
There's
it.
nothing
Right.
I
There's
do
an
that's
awesome
the
way to do
best.
coffee.
Yeah,
Right.
but you know
You
what?
just don't know it yet.
The
Right.
problem is some people don't care about doing
They
it.
they don't care. They're like, yeah, that's
Really?
That's fine.
I mean,
Just-
really.
that's
That's
fine.
people don't. Some
Just
people
let me do
don't. Which is, yeah. You.
Jeff's really good about just and I feel like we kind of do.
She's really good about vacuuming. She's
I'm-
great vacuuming. She should stay vacuuming, and I will never do that ever. I'll make the coffee.
That's
you do the
that's
vacuuming.
There
a
you
great
go.
deal.
We've come to a
You
consensus.
have
about
to
that?
find out what each of you do the best.
She puts baking soda on the floor.
You go, girl.
Does all this, and I'm like, I will never do that.
So see,
But I will vacuum.
there you
But I
go.
will not put the baking soda down.
You just got to find what
If he
each of you like to
vacuums
do.
without
and-
putting the baking soda down, are you gonna get mad? Are you gonna like tell if he
No.
sucks?
No, but that's what he does to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, don't attack me."
No, I'm in
We're
there
at the pee
peeing. I'm
vacuums,
in there
I'm like, oh my
peeing,
God,
and I'm watching her. I'm like,
thank you.
stir that before you pour the rest of the water.
I'm kind of. There's some things that I guess I'm a little bit.
Everybody's anal about
Everybody
something.
is.
Oh, I am
Everybody
too. Yeah,
is. Everybody
there's-
is.
Yeah, there's
Everybody is, but
OCD
there's just-
things, but
Over time, and I think that, and I'm not suggesting you all have kids. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah, really.
over
After all
time-
this,
no,
no,
I know,
not at
I
all.
know that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My
No,
point
They'll be
is,
cute as hell, but I'm
No.
telling you right now,
They would be adorable. Little Jordan and Leah's running around. But what I'm
Little
saying,
Jordan making coffee. Look, Mom, this is how you do it. Slow, don't boil. Dad's gonna be so proud of me.
I got all F's, but here's my coffee.
good job, son. Carry on.
Oh my gosh,
Young
that's
entrepreneur.
hysterical.
We've got a big
But what I'm
real estate
saying
business
is-
going. It'll be all right.
What I'm saying is that I think because we have both had issues like that, some things like that back in the day. When we had kids, the more we had now, it's like those things just don't matter.
No.
Like, I just don't care if you, I can't remember what it may have been, but
That's
but
nice.
we still have things, though, that annoy me, that you do, which I've talked about a million times.
Well,
like
you
when you
can't
dry
live
your
with
hands on the
somebody.
towel,
You can't live with
and don't
somebody
use
not
paper
being
towels,
annoyed.
and the paper towels are right there. Like, don't dry your hands on the freaking
I'm a
towel.
towel dryer too.
No,
Okay.
use the paper towels. That's
No,
what
that's
they're
wasteful.
there for.
It kills me to throw away money.
No,
When I can
don't
dry
want
my
I don't
hands
want
on
your
a
hands
towel.
on my towels.
Here's something. When we were bringing that chicken over here just recently,
Yeah.
Leah drove like a fucking grandma the whole way.
Yeah, because I didn't want chicken broth spilled all over the back of my car that Jordan wouldn't clean if it were to have spilled.
That's
But
understandable.
here's the actual point though. When you have a crock pot and the little things come over and it suctions down on there, there's no way for the liquid
That
to get
lid
out.
does not fit that crock pot perfectly, Jordan.
But Grandma was like,
You don't believe in the crock pot
she's
lid.
crying about it the whole time. She's
No.
like, I don't want to do a podcast with you anymore tonight because we're fighting. I'm like, just drive, just
Get on
get
my
there for Christ's
nerves.
sake. The fights are on. You're wasting my time. Let's go.
I literally walked. By the time he sat down to put his shoes on, I could still see him still putting his boots on. I walked upstairs, was getting toothpicks, did a little spray, a hairspray, and I hear, really? And I was like, and I was also taking my contacts out so I could see, and I'm like, what? He's like, you're taking forever. I'm like, oh my God, your shoes are barely freshly tied. Like,
That's not how it went down, though.
what? I'm so
I was sitting on the
confused.
stairs waiting for Leah to go, and she was on her phone, and then she did something in the kitchen, got the dog something, then she walked upstairs.
He told
did her
me to give
hair,
the dog
still
CBD
sitting on
oil.
the thing, like, Jesus Christ.
So I
here we
went and
go.
did what he told me to do, and then I went about my business to do what I needed to do, but it was still not on his time frame. His expectations were set way too high on me walking fast enough to get all the things done that he wanted me to do.
Here's what we said, though, right? Remember what we were talking about? Between 6:30 and 7. Well, here it is, 6:51, and Leah's upstairs spraying things in her hair.
It looks good.
That's-
I wanted
It
it to
looks
stay that
good,
way.
yeah.
Thank
It
you.
does.
We're not
it
doing
looks
video.
good.
We're
Thank
just
y'all.
talking to this
So
thing,
they're still seeing
We're
me.
gonna do another one with video because we can
Normally-
talk about this stuff and
People
really
need to see.
do a series on.
Here's what, Jeff doesn't communicate as well as I feel like.
I'm not a great
Communication.
communicator.
We were fine, though. We knew what I knew.
Well,
You
no,
know what
we're
time
We're
it
dudes
is.
though.
Let me
We're
tell,
like
can I
whatever,
tell you
man.
my
I'll
side
see
of
you
the
when you
story?
get here.
Because here's my side of the story. All day today I did this
Sides.
photo shoot, blah, blah. He
Yeah,
knows
we'll
I'm
do
stressed.
it.
He knows I'm stressed. And so he comes to me. I had taken Brooke and Gary to Target and fought that traffic. I went through Bath and Body Works headaches. I come in the door and I'm like, what time are they coming? And he said, well, they have something between 6:30 and 7. They probably won't get here before 7:30 or 8. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and I had just got home. And he goes, oh, and you need 2 sides. And I'm like, well, I'm in the store. I'm gonna have to see what I've got, and that's why I had that. So then he said they'll probably get here between. I said they probably won't be here before 8. So I'm like, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go lay down. So I came upstairs to lay down and take a nap, right? And he comes up. He goes, Ange,
She
sorry-
laid down and you texted me.
Sorry.
I said
He
I'm
was
in
really
route.
nice about it. He goes, I'm so sorry to wake you up. And I'm like, I'm thinking like something happened with the kids, right? And I was like, what? He
Wait a
goes,
minute.
he goes,
I'm gonna show Angie.
they're
You are
they're
bad
on their
communicator.
way. And I was like, okay. And I just got up and I threw the vegetables in the oven. No big deal. I've adapted. Before, my whole point of that story is before. Rewind years before we
Oh,
don't have
it would've
kids.
been a mess.
I would have been pissed at
She'd
him.
have been- it would have been
and it would have
ma-
been
it would
so
have been
bad
so
that you all
ugly.
would have felt it when you walked in the door.
Yeah, it would have been. She
But
used
now,
to be. Why are you showing our text?
We'll have that right around between 6:30 and 7.
That's
Yeah, it
perfect.
I
says
guess it takes us an hour.
And
to
then
we'll
get
it's
there.
head that way
6:58,
around
Jordan
6:30
said-
at 7.
I'm out.
Jeff goes, they probably won't be here before 8.
I thought you
I'm
said.
on time, bro.
I thought you said she had a walkthrough and then we'd
See, he
head that
doesn't.
way.
See, we have these issues too. He doesn't. This is
So
my
I thought, okay, they got a
communication.
walkthrough at 6:30, or 7.
Yeah, the way you
No,
type that, it
he
says.
said-
and
he said
I've
it.
done
said,
a ton of
and we'll-
walkthroughs,
I
and
said-
you don't just get through a walkthrough and then.
He has to do a walkthrough real quick, and we'll head that way around 6:30.
We'll be en route around 6.
Oh, I thought he meant. I read
Okay,
it like.
so-
I was about to say I read it the same way you did. Too.
I'm like, okay, at 6:30 or 7, they have a walkthrough and they're headed this
No,
way.
he said in. I
But-
understand what you were saying, and this is where we differ. But before, if he would have done
Everything worked out.
It's
I'm
just
really
damn text
optimistic.
messaging
We're
stuff.
here,
It's not
guys.
really. So we should just call each
Dinner
other.
was
Text
great.
message sucks.
if it would have been before, what I'm trying to say is that we had the same frustrations. Like before we had kids and before we went through all this life together, I would have been so mad at him. I may have even said, just forget it. because I'm not that adaptable. Like, I don't like change. Don't throw change at me. I don't roll well with that.
Unless you're stripping.
Oh my gosh,
Then
Jeff.
we'll throw quarters and
This is something else I
nickels
have
and
to deal
dimes.
with.
Yeah.
If I strip, you're only going to give me a dime?
No.
Dang.
You better be throwing
Rolls of them.
Knock you out with them. Knock you out, caveman style. Drag you off the stage, back to my lair.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even have to say.
Anyways.
Listen. It's true though. The thing is it's like, and I think that's why so many marriages end like 50 or 60%, because people try to change people. They try to
Yeah.
fit them in this mold of like, this is what I picture you being.
Right.
Like the woman that marries the guy who she loves, but he's crazy. He's a partier, but she's going to get him to Jesus, and he's going to go
Right.
to church every Sunday. No, and that's what I tell my brothers and their younger sisters. It's like, you find that person, you imagine that's how they're going to be till the day you
Right.
die.
Right.
They're not going to be a
Right.
perfectionist. They're not going to make coffee very good, and
It's
he's
still
not going to
digestible.
sweep worth a crap. But it's just who they are.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
hard to come to grips with that, because we used to be like that. It was like, and then like but then you have kids and you have like the stuff you're going through now that kind of defines you, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? We know we're supposed to be together.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be the problem. We like.
I'm not
we
saying,
didn't know
Yeah.
each other before this whole. I mean, we knew
but
each
you
other.
have to
but
get to
Yeah.
know each other, and
Yeah.
that's like,
We're,
There's a
we're-
deeper level. There is a deeper level of knowing each other than physical interaction.
Oh, for sure.
oh yeah,
And a lot of people fall in love and they're just like, oh, head in the clouds. Oh, we're just so happy. Like,
Right.
let's get married. It's been 2 months. But really, I'm like, why are your socks next to the hamper? Like, it's right there. And he's like, why is the coffee
I'm about to wear those
boiling and you're pouring it in already? You know,
Yeah.
there are
All those
other
things.
living together and emotional and mental.
And on that too,
And
we
stress.
just started living together like
Yeah.
a year ago. So
Oh,
Right.
really? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
we've not lived together for very long
And
now, so we're still trying to figure that part
and
out.
it all happened on rocky grounds in the first place. It was like,
Like
Jordan,
last year on my
I said,
birthday.
Jordan,
Like,
Jordan,
one
if you
year.
don't move out of your parents' house, I don't know what you're gonna do. I said, you need to either go live with your boyfriend somewhere. I don't care if you go live with Jacob. I don't care if you go to the homeless shelter, or you can come to my house. And he was like, it took a couple days, but then shortly after, here he was like, all right,
Move my shit in.
coming
I'm
in.
out of here.
I was like,
glad you didn't go to
really-
the homeless shelter.
I was like, all right,
Yeah.
it's a rough one.
it's really happening.
It's not a-
Yeah.
And it was just like all adjusting, like.
But the
all
first
right,
3
like,
years of our relationship were probably just like literally they're just physical. It's just
Yeah.
like physical.
And it
And
wasn't
we-
even,
and we
it
like-
was
what?
just more. It wasn't even physical, really. It was just like
See on the
someone
weekends.
someone to hang out with on the weekends. Because
Well, you
He
like
worked
each
out of
other,
time.
and
He
you got
worked
the
out of
chemistry,
town.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
and then you got like, but that's what like our oldest daughter said. She's like, I'm never, like in my upbringing, this is crazy, but I'm never gonna marry somebody without living with them because I don't know what they're like. And
Oh,
it's
yeah, you can't do
it's
that.
pretty wise because you don't know. You got to go through not only just those things like the socks and the toilet paper not being on the
Right.
all
Oh,
that
that
crap.
drives me
You-
insane.
You gotta
But the
you gotta go
emotional-
through like my job. I'm having trouble at work.
yeah, I'm stressed.
I'm stressed.
Honey, I
And
gotta
he
have
doesn't
a mental
understand that
breakdown. Will
because-
you hug me?
You know, do you think that's stressed? You know, that kind of crap
Yeah.
where you're not really connecting and you lose touch for a little while,
The mental emotional.
and
is
you're
huge.
learning how to really say. I mean, there's stuff that I take to understand how to connect with her and comfort her because we're all so self-centered and not even realizing like,
Right.
well, for me, taking care of her was like, well, I mean, I knew you were upset, so I made sure like the dishes weren't in the sink. So why are you still upset?
That doesn't
It
say.
usually- I thought that worked.
Do I have to really? I mean, I did some things
Yeah.
like that you've been wanting me to do forever, and I did them today because it was a really bad day for you. So why are you still upset? You should come
Yeah.
home and you should be so happy, and we should have sex now. I mean, really,
You
but
should get over your problems.
yeah, I mean, it's like weird. You gotta, and that's I think like what you're saying about the physical thing. I think that like I've people in it that like now that I'm older and I have friends that have gone through divorces and friends that have had affairs and I think people like get that like little I'm gonna get away so they have an affair, because they live a life with somebody and they never think I gotta live a life with that person, and then they leave them for that person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, anybody that like gets out of a relationship just count that next 2 years, whoever you're leaving this person for, to be bliss. Because you got a good year to 2 year window of things being amazing, and then you got to start living life. And I'm not saying that's bad. You can still have good stuff, but you have that now. You can still have those.
Yeah.
But man, when you guys start juggling everything, when you guys start juggling finances and jobs and
Then you throw some kids in the mix.
kids and freaking working out and
Dogs
like
That shit ain't gonna happen right there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of a dog.
Oh gosh, Jordan.
I'm
you
sorry, I
did not.
didn't mean that.
Here's the window.
You want me to open it?
Yes.
I was going to give you our dog.
I know we were trying to get rid of ours. At least we agree on that. I
Our
don't know.
dog won't accept that dog.
Oh no.
That's another thing though.
No,
It's
no.
like we like had their dogs, our baby, until we had kids, and they were like, "Oh, the dog, yeah, would you leave?" Like it like
it's
changed
rough,
everything. It's weird.
Yeah. But I think you kill
Not
it
for
there with the
everybody.
expectations. Like you can't expect someone to do something. You're never gonna change someone. I watched my parents try that. I watched my mom try that with my dad for years, which ended in
my mom
divorce,
too.
and then they got
And they're
remarried
happy as
to
can
each
be
other, which was
because
really
she's
weird,
accepted him how he is.
but now they're he is who he is, and she is
And
who
they're
she
happy.
is, and they're happy. And I look at them and I'm like, why do you do that? Like she waits on him hand and foot, and she does.
But it's their thing.
But it's their
Yeah.
thing, and it works. Like I don't understand it. I'm
Right.
like, if Jeff was like, Ange, fix me a sandwich, I'd be like, what? I mean, I would be glad to fix him a sandwich. Like I have no problem doing that. But can you just be like, hey, do you mind to fix me a sandwich? If I miss it?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
There's
You
different
gotta be
ways to
sensitive
communicate.
about it.
she'll do it and she'll take it to him, and then she'll pick it his plate up and wash it. And I'm like, oh no.
I just
But see,
watched
it's just the way you approach it. Because I could say,
right.
just like she could, like, I bring you your wine every night.
Oh, absolutely. I bring you your coffee almost every morning. You
But
know
if
what
she
I
was
mean?
like,
it's
get
just
my
a
wine. Where's my wine? If she was like unappreciative about it,
Yeah.
then I'd be like, you know what? I'm
All
not
I
getting
have to do
your
is
freaking wine
this.
anymore.
Hold on.
I'm like, you need a refill.
When you were saying you were watching what?
Oh, I saw a video the other day, and it was off of some TV show, and it was the oldest woman at the table, and like a husband and wife, another husband and wife, and kids and grandkids, and she was like, my husband was my partner, and I always made his plate because I respected him, and I respected his hustle, and I love that man, and I never had a problem to get up and fix my man his plate without him asking, and I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
But that's
There's different ways to
It's
look
different
at it.
that's a
ways,
pride
yeah.
thing for her. You
Yeah,
hear the
yeah,
pride in her
exactly.
voice. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. She was fine with it.
Yeah.
and maybe their agreement and their arrangement, unspoken, maybe because I know that old school stuff
I'll make
was
the
like,
money. You make the
I
plates.
stay home.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep things straight.
Right.
And
I'm
go
gonna,
make
this
money.
is my pride. This
Right.
is what
But
I
that's
do.
not how it is anymore.
Right.
We both
Because
were,
when you stayed home for a few years when we had little ones and I worked, you were like that kind of.
Oh.
Like when I came home, the house was freaking spotless and these big
But
dinners.
it was all-
cleaned
also-
every
but
day.
it was
I
also
cooked, you know what
something
I mean?
for yourself too, because it kept you busy,
and it kept me like a
Accomplished.
worth. Like
Yeah.
there, I was because otherwise, if I'm not working, I'm just what am I?
Laying there
What
with
am I
potato chips when I get
contributing
home.
to anything?
Yeah.
you know.
So it
watching
worked,
Jerry
but now
Springer.
if he still expected me, because I mean I work evenings later than he does. If he
Yeah.
expected me to still come home and make dinner for him, for me, for the kids, do the kids' homework, get the kids organized, get them in bed, it's not going to work. We aren't going to work.
And then get busy.
Yeah, right.
Why are you so tired?
Get up. Instead, I come home and he's already fed the kids dinner, and he has my dinner usually. Wait, I mean it works. We work. I mean it's just,
Yeah.
I think you have to look at it as
all
teammates. You
It
got to be a
is, like,
team.
yeah,
How you guys
And
gonna
that's
win the game?
that's the one thing
Right.
about us. We
What
are
are your
good teammates.
objectives?
yeah,
Like, somebody's always cooking. Somebody's always making coffee. Somebody's always doing the laundry. We keep house clean together.
yeah.
Take care of the dog. The dog goes on a walk with one of us taking the dog on a walk.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is, but somebody is.
And that's what
Except for
it is.
lately, because we're both pussies. We don't want to get out in the cold.
Oh wait, but I thought cold was good.
I know.
Actually, I took her out.
He's lying.
You know what, y'all? I
Tomorrow.
took her out on a walk the day I got my wisdom teeth pulled. So let's not play, okay?
She was still high.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she's still stoned.
I was just like la la la.
One thing about her though, she's having bad trouble with her back legs though, so we don't try to overkill it with her right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But-
sadly.
yeah. Well,
I still play with her inside. I wrestle with her.
saw that today. I thought she was gonna bite you.
She
Oh,
usually
it was
does.
so funny, so funny.
Like that stuff scares me. I'm like, he almost
No,
got bit.
She won't
She'll-
bite hard. She
she'll
gets me like
never-
she'll just like grab me like.
Yeah,
She-
that's how Callie is.
She is so funny. She is so funny.
We love the rough
She
house.
can't. She wouldn't hurt a fly. I've seen people like if we're out walking and I don't have her on a leash and she'll start running at them. She crouches down so she can like either jump on you or like sniff you and shake your butt, and people are like, and I'm like, no, like she's not gonna hurt you.
She wouldn't hurt a
gosh.
freaking flea. She'll lick you to death.
But that's probably our biggest,
Responsibility.
accomplishment is taking care of a dog every
Aw.
day, keeping her alive.
Well, I mean, there's that. She probably doesn't care how her coffee's fixed.
Not at all. She does actually care about how her dog food is fixed though. She's
Oh my
like,
gosh.
this does not have
She's getting
human
prissy
food
about
in
it. Yeah.
Oh,
She's
no.
getting prissy about
This has
it.
no
Really?
human food in it.
No, dog food's getting dog food, and I'm gonna pour it in your bowl, and if you don't like it, then you're not eating.
Exactly. And she'll sit there and she'll cry. I'm like, your food's in the bowl. Don't know what to tell you.
Oh my
They eat it if
gosh.
they get hungry.
Oh, exactly. So
That's what
whatever.
I say.
She eats. She eats.
That's if you give it. That's why I'm yelling at the kids all the time. Don't give the dog table food. Don't, because then they want it and they
want it
bug
bad.
you.
And
And
She
they
they,
wants
get
it so
sick,
bad.
and
right now, Callie, man, I don't care what you pour in her bowl. She will not look up until she's done.
Yeah.
She
She's just like you do.
crushes it. Yes,
Just like you do.
just like me.
I don't want to alarm anyone. If there's a fight on, it's 10:05.
We didn't even talk about that. Oh shit! It's 10 o'clock.
It's
I
10
know, that's
o'clock,
what I'm saying.
man. We better
I-
get to the
I-
Tyson
fight.
Fury.
So we talked
Tyson
about.
Fury and,
I
and
looked at your
Wilder.
shirt and I was
Sorts
like,
of things.
we're
Yeah.
watching the fight, and it's 10:05. I don't want to alarm you.
Yeah.
I need a drink anyway.
So we should,
Yeah, I'm
we should
thirsty.
go.
My lips are chapped.
Chapstick, Leah. But we'll
It's in the
we'll,
coat in the lobby.
we'll make this
Yeah.
We need to do this like monthly.
Which
I
I
feel.
just was going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's fun.
monthly. What is it? December 1st? That'd be New Year's Day.
First.
Beginning of the
We could-
beginning of each month.
Shit, why not?
The first will
New
be
Year's
on
party.
like a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Mhm.
We ain't got no plans.
Just
New Year's Eve
Not yet.
podcast.
Whatever.
We shall see. But at least at the beginning of the month or something, we'll get together. We'll do
This
this.
is like longer than your normal, right?
That's good.
a
We'll
lot
we'll
longer.
make it a two-parter.
I like it though. If
Because
it's
we can make it a two-parter.
Split it up.
Split it up.
or we can just throw the whole thing on there. Who cares? People are gonna like it.
Whatever you want to do. You run this show.
Do I have to carry this bench back downstairs?
I'll
Gosh.
carry it for you.
They made
I'm a
us carry the
gentleman.
stools. Oh, but did we say?
Who
We
were?
can do that.
We never did the
Well,
introduction.
no, we'll do the intro.
We'll do the intro.
But it's been fun.
We can do intro
So
anytime.
It's
Wow.
Janet and John. They were great guests. Just kidding.
Your name's Ralph and she's Sarah.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's it.
All right. Peace.